Hey, it's Sinatra. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Gonna be watching some of my Legends hits from the second day of the November season. I'm doing Super Witches with a Witch Golem while it's still here. And we'll just be watching some hits, talking through some of them 2x speed since I did them live on Twitch earlier in the day. First base here, Double Rage. I'm enjoying the Flinger at the moment, so I'm always looking for Flinger value. I start with a Warden Walk at 6 o'clock. And I make a mistake on this hit and probably the next hit as well, but something I'm learning, so I usually don't use the Flinger. I usually use Siege Barracks a lot. But I have my Flinger down, but I end up invising what my Flinger's targeting, so it changes targets and moves into damage of a cannon. So that was a little mistake I did there, but it still got good value. It wasn't horrible. Queen's on the outside of funnel with the main army going in. Just making sure I try to rage up my healers when I'm using my rages, and I break my queen in to see if she can get a little more value. RC is used on the back end. I'm using the spear and the shield, popping it pretty early. Definitely the best equipment that I'm using on the RC right now, the shield and spear. Kind of a close hit here, but still triple. It hurt that the Flinger wasn't that great, so. But starting with a triple on this day, getting to the next tip. Kind of an anti-fireball base here. Not a lot of value on the outside, but really, really juicy fireball if you're able to get into the core on that Rage Tower. I ended up doing a Warden Walk, and I don't see great Flinger value. I don't really like the Siege Barracks, so I decided to go with a Slammer, which I don't ever use, but I just like it here at 12 o'clock. I put a couple Coco Loons in to test for SAMs and just send it in. Only thing that's going to hurt it is the Wizard Towers. Don't do much. Archer Towers, and then the air defenses will take it out, but got good value. Got a Wizard Tower, Eagle, Expo, and created a great funnel. Warden created the funnel at 9. And I'm just going to smash in between and try to get a deep fireball in that Rage. Invis a couple front defenses, get it to go on the Rage, and it just guts the base. It kind of messes with pathing, but it gets such good value, it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, just a unique way of using the Siege Machine there with the Slammer, not very common. But I like to bring a variety so I can choose. Into the third attack here. Nice diamond base. There's a few places you could fireball here. I end up going with a pretty easy setup, just something simple, and just taking out a compartment down here at 6 creates a nice funnel. Gonna land on the scatter. Not putting my Warden in too much damage, hopefully. Pull him up towards 9 with my king, and Siege Barracks was able to go at 9, and Pekkas are walking in to create more of a funnel, and then I'm going to break my queen again into the Eagle as the main army is going towards the multi and the CC in the middle. Great spiky ball, kills the mono and pops invis and kills the invis, so that won't be a problem later on when I get to it. Raging up my healers to heal up my troops and popping my queen ability for some more healers. Running the healer puppet and the Magic Mirror. A little underleveled base here. Making sure to use Coco Loons now with the healers instead of druids. Don't want to lose any healers early on. Gonna go for a deep fireball. Didn't get the scatters, but that's still alright. Got rid of the rage tower, which will help later on. Siege barracks, there's a ton of defenses on the outside. The P.E.K.K.A.s will be able to help out. Early RC just to make sure everything kind of stays together on the right side. No issues there with that base. So as I mentioned, I've been trying to use the flinger more. So I start with a Warden Walk here at 6, just picking up bow, aggro, and then the flinger goes down behind my Warden. I end up making the same mistake where I'm kind of sending my flinger too early, and then it gets banged up there by that cannon. Kind of like simple mistakes that I'll clean up in the next days to come. I like to get a freeze off on that rage tower before it pops. Get rid of some of those defenses. Get rid of them. RC on the back end will help pick off this mono while the troops are getting banged up in that poison spell from the town hall. Close hit, but good RC ability, good queen ability, and a witch and warden left, so plenty of troops. Some of the closer hits are when I make that mistake with the flinger, so just trying to make sure I utilize that properly and don't lose it too early. Tons of options for fireball here. I decided to go for a pretty easy setup. Nothing too greedy. I test for Teslas in case and pre-place my invises and really easy fireball there. I'm gonna warden walk out a little bit more too because I've got the time. I haven't warden walked yet, so I have plenty of time left. Get rid of this bow. I start the attack with that nice witch golem tank. Spawns the skelly spells, which is great. Need to rage, keep my warden up there. Always important. You want that rage aura from the warden. Easy fireball, easy funnel. I was doing my Legends hits with a buddy at the time, and I didn't see a great fireball here. So I took probably most of the prep time just to look, because you could do a simple one maybe on this builder hut near the queen on that scatter Rico archer tower, but I always like to get the CC because the ice golems can be really annoying to ground armies freezing you up. So we just start at 6, and then We're going to end up trying to land on this bomb tower, get mono and CC. That poison tower as well. So Warden gets pretty deep here, land on the bomb tower. Weakens the hull too, and it's going to make sure we don't have to deal with that annoying CC later in the hit, as well as that monolith. And here we make the proper use of the flinger, place it at 6 without invising, so it changes target. So it's going to get great value here. Troops kind of avoid the hull here, which is a bit annoying, but my king will help bring them back with the Quake boots, opening up the walls. Lose all the healers because of that, them avoiding the hull. Queen ability gets the town hall though. Flinger is taking out some key defenses over at 4, and the RC up top, the shield. Do a lot of different fireballs there probably and can't go wrong. Double invis base. Decide to loon out and use a baby drive to get rid of these mortars. Test for any Teslas, and then I just plop a flinger over there at 3 and let it work while I do a warden. Gets that whole invis comp. Did a test for Tesla, invis some close defenses and sent it. Gets great value. At this point, the majority of the base is taken care of. It's just one more invis comp, and the hull is going to be might be damaged by the time my army gets to it with this flinger. We'll see. But they got an inferno over there, so that's great. End up having a jump spell I'm not going to need at this point, so just gets swagged on the town hall and then this invis. Not really needed either. So a couple leftover spells. A little overkill on that hit. Not really a great design, the double invis anymore, but can kind of be tricky sometimes if you make a mistake. That's it for my hits, and thanks for watching.